Tyra Spaulding, a former beauty pageant contestant, was reported to have died yesterday by suicide. Accounts associated with her passing mentioned that she had been struggling with profound internal mental health issues, described by the phrase that her mind was trying to kill her. This painful articulation highlights the intense and deadly nature of the mental health battle she was fighting privately. Let's hear the TVJ news story on the issue.
My mind is trying to kill me, and if I do nothing, I am going to die, guys.
A troubling clip from a 21-minute YouTube video posted on September 4, 2025 by Tyra Spaulding, a contestant in the 2023 Miss Universe Jamaica pageant. The video continues.
Every day I get up, my mind tells me to go and jump off a building. It tells me to go and overdose on pills. It tells me to go and hang myself. I am fighting for my life.
Miss Spaulding's body was reportedly found by relatives Tuesday night with a curtain around the neck. The corporate communication network of the Jamaica Constabulary Force has launched an investigation. This Instagram account with her name has a single post from August 15, 2025. The caption says, "Your girl has been through hell and back." In another video, she lamented that while she didn't want to entertain suicidal thoughts, she was struggling to keep them at bay.
I think this world is truly evil and evil only.
She went further to say she felt as though there were two versions of herself, one who wants her to live and one who wants her to die. In late July, 3 cases of suicide were reported within a week, triggering concern from local mental health specialists. Concerns were also raised about the rise in suicide attempts among children and adolescents globally. Now, since the start of September, at least 2 cases were reported locally, and according to data from the JCF, the number of suicide deaths increased 4 consecutive years since 2021. The numbers climbed to 67 in 2024, the highest since 2001, when 75 people took their own lives. Psychologist Dr. Susan Ratchie Hammond offers solace to Jamaicans suffering mentally.
Help is available, not just the immediate family, but for all persons who are hearing, watching. Help is always available, so we don't have to suffer in silence.
She also says greater attention needs to be placed on mental health.
We talk about like hurricane preparedness and disaster preparedness, but we need to talk about mental health preparedness and how we foster good mental health within our family structure.
If you are someone you know is struggling with their mental wellness, please contact the Mental Health and Suicide Prevention Helpline at 888-NEW LIFE. That's 888-639-5433.
It is so unfortunate and sad that I have to report the passing of Tyra Spaulding, a 26-year-old former Miss Jamaica Universe contestant. She was found unalive in her home in Kingston, Jamaica. According to reports, her body was discovered on Tuesday evening, September 24th, with a pink curtain wrapped around her neck. Guys, it is an apparent suicide, but the Jamaica Constabulary Force says that they are, investigating. Guys, so Tyra was a YouTuber, she dabbled into vlogging a little bit, and her last videos were pretty concerning, One of them, she shared that she was struggling really, really bad, fighting basically a war against her mind to stay alive, that she wanted to end it. Guys, a lot of people are saying, oh, check on your friends. I don't think any amount of checking on your friends would prevent this. Guys, I don't think, who feels it knows it. If you have never had literally a war against yourself, war against your mind, basically fighting to find a reason to go alive, then you will not understand. Suicide rates are rising in Jamaica, and I feel like, the government needs to take mental health issues into real hand. I don't know, is there like a place to institutionalize people that are feebling to harm themselves? Anyway, they could see a psychiatrist or anything, because a text message from a friend is not gonna change your they might make you happy for a little while, but it's not gonna the problem is bigger than that, and the solution is way bigger than that, guys.
Okay, good morning. I don't know, we come for chit chat a little bit. We come for chit chat a little bit. Our voiceover should I use? Our voiceover. But today, I think last night it happened. Today we're mourning the loss of the Miss, I think it's the former Miss Jamaica Universe. I think it's this girl, right? Yeah. And I want to listen to this because I want to listen to this because me come from here, so I mean I tell you enough time.
Because it's not all of us will make it in life. Any day you feel like giving up, just give up. Because it's not all of us will make it in life.
No. You know, me talk so many times about depression. I talk so many times about mental health and how. Good morning. We just had somebody come in the room, and we talk about mental health, and I think, like me say, me tell people in Jamaica more than ever to see a therapist. I mean, know some people say, oh, most Jamaican are gonna say, yeah, mad somebody because you want to see a therapist, right? You pay $60 US a week time, you sit with your therapist for an hour, and you chit chat with them and you talk with them. I implore more people. I am encouraging more people. Mighty God. I'm encouraging more people to get a therapist. We go drink and we spend more than $60, more than $100 US on foolishness. Nothing is wrong if you spend $100 US a week to sit with somebody and talk with them. Jamaicans, we need to start taking mental health way more serious than we are. We have depression and nobody, we just get up on a thing say, depression is actually a disease. You might have think say, okay, go get up and live with it. We all have thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? And stress is such a big thing. It not only causes depression, it causes sickness in the body. And one of the number one killer that our body. You understand? Simply because we do not want to talk. Why we have this notion that we cannot sit and talk to people. Depression is real, guys. It is real, and depression don't respect nobody. So we lose Miss Jamaica Universe. And I would think that this lady is a bright and intelligent young lady. But you hear how much call the girl a cry out. But I will tell anybody this, when it comes to depression and anxiety, find a method that works for you. Don't be afraid to talk to yourself. Look at the bigger picture. Not everything that our mind tells us is true. And not everything we mind tell we are true. And sometimes we have to look at the bigger picture. A lot of times too, we are overthinkers. A lot of times we aspire way high. And let me tell you, life's simple. We people make it hard. We make life hard. Never be afraid to talk to people. People have talked about, when people come on the internet, sometimes, depending on what they say, because I think that when you try to disgrace yourself, I don't like that. I think if you want to talk about your experiences, you do it in a certain manner that conveys the message properly. Right? No, a lot of times persons will sit with their problems and they're so afraid to talk to people based on what people might say, based on how people will criticize them. Well, you know what I always tell people, go pay for one therapist. Pay for somebody where you can sit down on a Zoom meeting with an hour with and chat, then they are afraid, they don't know you. They're listening to you and they're giving you the best advices. They also have exercises that you guys can do when you're going through your stress, depression, and anxiety. All of this something they not only let off toxins in our body, but they affect we. You see, from the brain and not work right, me say nothing in our body not work right. You know, you may tell you no, me say, you see if the brain and not work right, absolutely nothing in the body works right. And one thing people needs to know, because the body, the brain, our manage the whole body, best believe it. You see anything will go bad in your stomach, just understand say go bad in your brain first. Because you see the connection between your brain and your gut, it is very important. That's why you find that a lot of persons, when they have stress, they won't eat. Because the pressure what them put on them brain, the thoughts impact the gut, and the gut now feel the same pressure, the gut no want nothing. Just like how we say, oh, sometimes we don't feel well. Guys, I am imploring you guys, I am advising you guys, I'm encouraging you guys. When you not go through no little problem, all of we go through problems in our life. Life not perfect for nobody. And the people them what you see, that's what I tell people, you know. Me see people them want to see, can't find the courage to stand in front of the camera and be the bravest. Best believe it. Them the people are the people who have the most to deal with psychologically. Mind you, I've had my fair share of stress. And you know what me do? Me try my best to manage it. Because you see the life, I'm try my best to stop care so much. Because sometimes we're not going to live forever. We just have to enjoy the journey. Sometimes we want too much. And too much mash up with. Because if you cannot attain it, you depress yourself. Understand what I mean? Sometimes we need to talk. And also, you have something that's called trauma. A lot of persons will not look at this, but let me tell you this. You see, trauma, things that happen to you from you were like 8, 9, 10, 14, those age, best believe it, that when you grow up to be 30 odd and 20 odd, those very same thing where you think you never pay no mind, then come to affect you. And those trauma create the depression, the thoughts that you cannot control. Because the young lady said how much time her brain tell her say she need to jump off of one cliff, she need to kill herself. And she have one next part of her brain that tell her say she need to live. We all have thoughts. But guys, may I tell you no more. In Jamaica, yeah, mental health is very important. When you not have no little stress and problem, if you can afford go speak to somebody, if you can afford one therapist, find somebody where you can sit and talk with. Don't make your thoughts them eat you alive. You see, we thoughts them, people not talk about this, but let me tell you this, it is very serious. The thoughts them, you know. So if you don't know if you manage the brain, yeah, the brain that will eat you alive, the brain that will cripple you, the brain, yeah. You see the brain that we have in our body? I want serious piece of something in our head, yeah? Me mean the brain has so much power. That's why you feed it. That's why I believe. That's why I execute. And that's why you have to manage it. You always a battle to manage it. But again, pay attention, guys, to your mental health. I don't know what else to say because it's so saddening because you have so many young people out there and so many people out there that are facing mental health and depression and all sorts of mental problems, and people tend to not pay attention. They pay other illnesses, and a lot of the time the illnesses them we have in our body come from our mental health. No, for the sickness them we fight in our body are from our mental health they come from. But do we look at that? No, we don't. You know? But I'm just here to tell you guys, pay attention to your mental health. Spend time with you. And accept one of the most important things. Always give gratitude for what you're doing in life. Always give gratitude for what you're doing in life. Always give thanks for what you have. You understand what I say? Always give thanks for what you have, man. Sometimes the best thing that you can do, you say gratitude. Let me tell you something about gratitude and always giving thanks. You see, fear and weakness and sadness can never dwell in the same brain that produce gratitude, thankfulness, and happiness. And true gratitude and thankfulness creates happiness. Fear and them something they can't stay in the same brain. So now can you say you get up with a struggle morning time? 5 to say thank you God. 5 to say thank you for amazing life. 5 to say thank you for my amazing day. My amazing home, my amazing family. Fight to say that to yourself every day because it's important. It's important to the brain. It's important to you. Alright? Boy, have a good day. Have a good day, guys.